Coming up on First at 4, police are searching for one man after a triple shooting in Pulaski County leaves 2 dead and 1 injured. And voters in counties hardest hit by last year's flood helped re-elect Governor Andy Beshear to a second term in office.
Plus, we are tracking some much-needed showers to end the work week. Those details coming up as Mountain News First at 4 starts right now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, 2 people are dead and a woman injured in a violent and tragic series of events in one southern Kentucky county. The sheriff in Pulaski County says a man shot and killed his father and grandfather and tried to kill his grandmother. That suspect is still on the run. WYMT's Bill Pendleton has more on what took place.
Despite being shot and stabbed, a 65-year-old woman ran down this road here behind me in Science Hill and was able to get some help. Her husband had been shot and killed. Another man was also dead, and police say that a grandson was to blame. The violence broke out before midnight at 2 homes next to each other on Raleigh Road in Science Hill, which is actually the old U.S. Highway 27. The sheriff says the 20-year-old Austin Prather killed his father, 43-year-old Ardith Trey Prather. Austin's grandfather, 67-year-old Ardith Ray Prather, was found dead next door, but his wife, 65-year-old Joanne Prather, was shot and stabbed but was able to get away. Police say the information she gave them was instrumental in identifying the suspect and also getting a description of the type of Jeep that he was driving. People in town had reported seeing him in various places.
They've spoken to him. They've stated that he's begging for money and that they've recognized him and they've recognized the vehicle as well.
The sheriff says there are still a lot of unanswered questions regarding how this happened, why this happened, the motive behind it. All that still very, very much under investigation. They would like to thank the numerous other agencies that helped them with the investigation, including others in Science Hill, Kentucky State Police, and Somerset Police. Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
All right, Phil, thank you very much. Horrible story. We'll have more on that later tonight. It's another bad day of conditions for forest fires across our region, and crews are working long hours to try and keep them contained. Around 100 fires are burning right now across the state. Nearly all of them are east of I-75. Today, WYMT's Olivia Calfee is in the Big Sandy with the latest.
As fires continue to burn throughout the region today, I'm in Pike County at the bottom of the Sydney fire. Now, as of about 11 a.m., this fire was standing at about 1,260 acres and only 20% contained. I've been here today with Kesley Baker. She's the wildfire mitigation specialist with the Kentucky Division of Forestry, and she says the crews have been out working tirelessly, and once again, they've brought in those out-of-state crews to continue working to contain the flames.
The crews have been working diligently around the clock, working just about 16-hour shifts to try to get a handle and get control of these wildfires. Unfortunately, the weather is not cooperating. It's very, very dry, and there is a light breeze today that is really causing some of the areas to pick up.
And yesterday we were reporting that more than 9,000 acres have burned. As of today, we are up to more than 11,000 total acres burned across the state. So once again, if we do not see rain, we may see a little bit of rain on Thursday or Friday. That doesn't mean it's going to solve the problem. People still need to continue to not burn as we remain in this wildfire season until December 15th. In Pike County, Olivia Calfee, I'll send it back to you.
Olivia, thank you. As of right now, there are about 30 active fires and 33 contained fires across the Commonwealth. That's totals 63 fires that still require action, whether it be suppression, pop-up procedures, or monitoring.
Well, we are tracking that fire danger to continue into this evening, also into tonight, before some beneficial showers on the way by Thursday, also Friday. Right now, though, we are dry and hazy. Here's a live look from Buffalo Mountain. You can see hardly anything back there as that haze continues, and that is also affecting the air quality across the mountains for your Wednesday afternoon. You can see most of us in that moderate color there, so we are watching out for hazy conditions to continue into this evening, also into tonight. But the other big story, some near record temperatures on your Wednesday. Check this out. November the 8th, and we are in the 80s in some areas, up to 82 in Somerset, also Irvine, 80 for Manchester, and 79 for London, 78 over in Jackson. So we are well above average in some areas, close to record highs at this hour. Up on the radar, we are dry as that sunny weather also continues. And as we zoom out, you can see that warm front that we talked about yesterday now pushing off to the north, but notice back to the west a cold front, and that will be our next weather maker by Thursday, also Friday. So some cooler weather on the way, but also some more soggy weather on Thursday and Friday. Those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
In the 80s and seeing Christmas decorations go up, definitely a weird time out there. Cameron, thank you, and hopefully we'll get some rain soon. Well, you might have noticed some eastern Kentucky counties that have voted Republican in recent years turned blue yesterday in the governor's race. WYMT's RJ Johnson is taking a closer look at the numbers today.
Some traditionally red counties in eastern Kentucky voted for Governor Andy Beshear to receive a second term in office. Here in Breathitt County, Beshear won more than 60% of the votes. Breathitt County Judge Executive Jeff Noble says he thinks it's because of Beshear's flood response and presence he's had in the county during his term is why he was voted.
When we got flooded, 2 days later, he was down here and he says, what do we need to do? What can we do? And I'm telling you, next thing I knew, they had other counties coming in here, other state offices coming in here to try to get these people in and out. And, he's just been absolutely miracle for our county.
Noble says Beshear's leadership and willingness to help flood survivors is why some folks chose him instead of Daniel Cameron, who had more conservative values. In Breathitt County, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
RJ, thank you. Statewide, Governor Beshear won 53% of the vote and a second term. We'll hear from him and have more on the results in eastern Kentucky counties hit hard by last year's flood tonight at 6. The third Republican debate in the presidential race will prominently feature foreign policy issues tonight, with the Israel-Hamas war expected to be a big topic. But the 5 candidates on stage are also hoping to distinguish themselves as the top rival to former President Donald Trump. They will try to do so without Trump being there. While the debate is going on tonight in Miami, Trump will be holding a rally in a nearby suburb. Tonight's debate is at 8 on NBC. We'll have more about the debate and national reaction to yesterday's elections in our next half hour. Coming up on First at 4, at least one climate monitor now says last month was the warmest October on record.
And after 70s for much of this week, we are trending cooler for the weekend. Also by Friday, your forecast coming up after this break.